hours up. Let's go racing from Indy.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to our panel at NAB 2026. My name is LD Nordier. I am a product manager in the imaging division, and I have the privilege of working on a product called the PDT FP1, which is our portable data transmitter and solves many of the issues in today's broadcast, harnessing the power of the 5G network for file upload and streaming. So today I am privileged to have two distinguished guests on stage, Robbie Montinola and Jeff Segal. Could you please come out and grab a seat? So we'll start off. Robbie, you are Vice President of SRO Motorsport of America. Tell us a little bit about what your role is and a little bit about what SRO Motorsport is.
Sure, yeah. How's it going, everyone? My name is Robbie Montinola. I am the VP of Marketing and Business Development for SRO Motorsports America. A part of the SRO Motorsports Group, we're a global GT racing series that has 18 different championships across 4 continents, Europe, Asia, Australia, and America. And I oversee broadcast production, social media, content creation, PR, fan engagement and activation, brand, and all of our commercial partnerships.
Excellent. And Jeff, you and I have known each other for a little bit. You've been using the PDT FP1, but you are the founder of GP Extreme. Could you give us a little bit of background about what you do at GP Extreme and what GP Extreme is?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Jeff Segal. I'm the founder of GP Extreme. We're a motorsport-based video streaming company actively engaged in the end-to-end service providing of live streaming from onboard race cars, used in a couple of different avenues, from driver coaching to engineering to novelty, and then most recently getting more and more involved in the broadcast avenue as well.
So we met 2 years ago at NAB when we launched the PDT FP1, and since then you've deployed it across literally hundreds and hundreds of your customer applications. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about why did you choose the PDT FP1, and then what solution does it provide to you, and how your business started before you got involved with SRO Motorsport?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, for sure, our time since having discovered the PDT FP1 has been a total transformation of the way we've done things. Our main focus is to make things as simple and scalable for our client base as possible. Our clients are generally race teams and race car drivers. These aren't people that are necessarily professionals in the broadcast environment. So our mandate is to deliver them a simple but effective product that allows them to easily deploy a stream from within a moving race car, which is inherently quite difficult, technically speaking. We're moving quite quickly. We're at some venues where connectivity is very challenging. It's often very hot with a lot of vibration and noise interference within the car. And historically, that was very difficult for us with competing equipment to try and have a rugged stream without the specialization of professional installation. Once we moved to the PDT FP1, what we found is an all-in-one device that really is fit for purpose for us, that is simple to deploy, being all-in-one, but also incredibly high performance. So if anything, it was a gain over what we had done with modular pieces of equipment. And it's just been an incredible spring pad for us to grow our business.
Yeah, so PDT FP1, it's a 5G streaming device, but it also does encoding and transmitting, obviously, and utilizes HDMI. It's got its own mounting point and cooling fan. As you mentioned, it gets extremely hot in a race car. But you originally started off using it for driver coaching. So being able to give instructions to a driver really quickly without being in the car and without the car crashing on a track, right?
Yeah, so that puts a lot of pressure on what we're doing. You know, when coaches and drivers are relying on this equipment to keep a driver safe as they're driving around a track, and potentially as a novice is learning the ins and outs of motorsport, guided by radio by an experienced coach. The emphasis is on the robustness of maintaining that live stream, but also on low latency. And utilizing the 5G capability of the PDT FP1, we've been able to tick both of those boxes like we never were before. You know, certainly having that all-in-one form factor has eliminated a lot of potential trouble points, you know, in modular equipment with different connections and things that were susceptible to failure. So from our standpoint, the PDT FP1 is allowing us to focus on what we do best, which is the development of our software suite that facilitates the streaming, and we don't really have to worry about the hardware anymore.
Right, and speaking about that, you have full control remotely when you're operating the PDT. You know what every one of your clients' PDTs are doing at any particular time. But as you can see from the screen as well, there's also a overlay of information that you could pull off the vehicle. So you can see using GPS exactly where that vehicle is on track, the speed, the telemetry, G-force, all that type of stuff as well, right?
Yeah, precisely. So this technology has allowed us to take a massive leap forward in the quality of feedback that we're giving to drivers that are on the track when used in a coaching capacity. You know, now we can be quite specific, watching the live stream, using the embedded GPS and CAN data from the vehicle to give them solid metrics of, you know, a brake point potentially being 10 meters too soon or too late, seeing when a tire is losing pressure rapidly, seeing when a setting isn't exactly where it should be. So having access to all of that in real time has been transformative.
It's pretty amazing. The first time I saw that, I was blown away. And for those of you who haven't watched, we have a video online on our Pro Support website where we did a promotional video for PDT FP1, and you can see all this in real time in action. It's really good. But moving over to you, Robbie, give us a typical day in terms of production for a race.
Yeah, a typical race day for us could involve 5 to 6 different championships. So it's a very busy race day. We're jam-packed across the entire day of broadcasts. We have a traditional live production setup that we bring to each venue. And with the GPX and the PDT FP1, we've been able to enhance what we do from a broadcast perspective now to incorporate more onboard cameras than ever before. But we do live stream for free to YouTube and Twitch. That's our primary platforms. And we create highlights packages for FS1. And then we launched a new, what we call the SRO Race Control powered by VBrick multi-viewer platform that really is what is kind of our new and shiny toy that allows us to bring to life all of the onboards that we can put together from GPX and FP1.
Yeah, so it sounds like, there's a multitude of broadcast applications that you use. You've got your traditional cameras that are mounted at different points around the racetrack, and you're going through a traditional broadcaster. Can you say who you're currently broadcasting through?
Yeah, we use Fox Sports 1 is our broadcast partner.
Right.
We use a production company that's called Apex Production that helps us with the OB truck and deploys cameras all around the racetrack with, you know, they're mostly fiber connected. Yep. So that all goes back into the OB truck. And then we incorporate that with the GPX devices that are in dedicated units that we put in several race cars with low latency back to the truck, so we can use those in the broadcast setting as well.
Right. So you could basically integrate what the team has typically seen, or maybe what a driver instructor would be seeing in the past. You're now able to get that exact same feed from GPX and integrate it. So if there's maybe there's a race leader or somebody challenging the race leader, and there's some exciting action on the track, you could literally go inside the vehicle and broadcast directly through that exact same view that the team is seeing.
Yeah, now you know, and traditionally we've used RF onboards, and that was very cost prohibitive. Now with the GPX and the Sony system, we're able to just put more devices in more cars, and that definitely allows us to track the action and watch for those battles and cut from, you know, exterior cameras that are placed around the racetrack back to onboards and vice versa, and go back and forth from between cars too as well.
Yeah. And then you mentioned that you've got a pretty robust YouTube channel as well. So that is pretty popular for a lot of people to watch online as well.
Yeah, our YouTube channel is kind of the primary source of where we drive a lot of our viewers. We have almost 1 million followers or subscribers on that particular channel, and it's a global channel. It's pretty much a repository of GT racing from all of our championships around the world, and it's become kind of the go-to source for all the GT racing action in different continents.
And then one of the things I thought was pretty amazing when we first started working with you guys through GPX is the V-Brick solution. Now, you mentioned that as race control, but that also has a really good fan experience, right? Could you tell us about how the fan can customize their own experience using the V-Brick?
Yeah, it's not a new idea, I guess you can say. F1's done it, a few other people done it, but at this level and at the scale that we're able to do it for free at that, it's been transformative for our fans as well as our race teams to be able to just really follow the action throughout the race itself. But now fans can choose a multitude of onboards. They can go from driver to driver. They can follow their favorite teams. They can follow their favorite manufacturers. They can also watch the program feed from our Twitch stream, as well as engage with live timing and scoring and Twitch chat to be able to just have one immersive experience in one place with all of the action all day long.
So basically, if I understand it correctly, as a fan, I could be watching the stream that you're sending out as your broadcast feed. But if I want to jump into, let's say, for instance, if Jeff was driving a car, I could then go and click and have a look at the vehicle on what Jeff is, or even customize my view and have several different inside views of what I'm watching.
Yeah, you can go from one solo screen to a quad and be able to just select a variety of different cars. So you can find a grouping of cars that, through the GPS data, it shows which cars might be around each other so that you can follow a battle that might be developing on the racetrack and just get all the angles that you could possibly want to be able to showcase that. The live timing pops out too, so if you have multiple screens that you can distribute across, you distribute all of these across your monitors, then you could pretty much have a really robust race control-like setup for your home experience, or in some cases, our teams are even utilizing it on their pit boxes.
So you mentioned race control. Tell us a little bit about, I know a lot of people don't know what race control is, but give us a little bit of background in terms of what race control does and how they utilize the V-Brick and the GPX information or video feeds that they get in.
Yeah, so race control, we've got to have the police, essentially for all the drivers out there that are and they just manage the race. They want the racing to be fair and competitive, but they also want the racing to just be able to show well for the fans. So what GPX has brought to the table is a new interface that allows our race director and our stewards to be able to monitor the race more effectively and be able to assess situations that are going out on the racetrack. So two cars may have had an incident. They're able to replay that incident in real time, clip it, distribute that to our steward team, and make a decision quickly and effectively if needed.
So, Jeff, that's kind of an important component of it. So not only are you live streaming with all the vehicle telemetry and information and data that can be overlaid, and that's customizable as well, but you're also recording that in real time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the big thing is that we have one device that's doing many different things for many different people simultaneously. So as Robbie mentioned, the teams might be watching that either directly through our portal or through SRO's Race Control V-Brake platform. But at the same time, Race Control is ingesting that, and it might also be going to YouTube simultaneously. From our side, giving more options both to teams and to Race Control to be able to access cloud recordings live, to be able to, while a car is on track, be able to see what happened in the last 30 seconds or 2 minutes or 5 minutes at will, I think has given them a lot more tools to be able to be more fair and equitable with the decisions that they're making. But one of the other things that we've seen a lot in recent years is as there's more and more video available, then the race stewards, the officials want to review that to make sure that the calls that they're making are correct. Historically, that kind of became a game where the checkered flag would come out and then the results weren't finalized until an hour or 2 hours after, as they could review everything. But what we've tried to do is give them a platform to be able to make immediate decisions that are also being made from proper information, those onboard videos. I think the other big thing that we've been striving towards is having the majority or all of the cars in the field outfitted with these cameras, so we don't have any blind spots anymore. And historically, with the RF model, both because of the cost prohibitive nature, but also the technical limitations, it wasn't really practical or feasible to have 40 cars potentially all streaming simultaneously. And now that's been a reality made possible via this tech.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And, from going from providing a live stream for a team to recording it and being able to go back and, I guess, use it for review and what went right, what went wrong, to now utilizing it for instant replay or for race, officials to use it for race control. Did you ever expect you would be at that stage when you started with GPX?
Definitely not. That wasn't our ambition. I would say this project started as a very self-serving thing to try and help me as a driver to better assist the clients that I was coaching. The type of growth that we've had was something that I never thought about. I would say it's been incredible to be a part of and to see the ways that this little idea has grown and become a race control product to become a broadcast product. I would say that the little sliver of me that's still concerned with being a driver dislikes it a little bit because there's no more hiding. There's no more creating your story of, when you hit somebody saying, no, it wasn't my fault, it was his fault. Now the teams have access to everything and that you can't get away with anything.
That's fantastic. All right, I'm going to ask you guys both the same question, and we can choose who's going to answer first. Looking forward, where do you see the future of your production, and specifically how you would integrate products like PDT FP1?
Yeah, I think from the SRO's perspective, we're already kind of in motion with what I think the future may hold, and that's just more PDT FP1s in more cars across the world. And we're working throughout our European championships, our Australian, our Asia championships. The system that we've proven here this past year and going into this new season now has really showcased well, and a lot of our counterparts around the world want to integrate this system. So for us, it's easy. It's deploying more units in more places and showcasing that technology to drive a better, more immersive and interactive fan experience too as well. Plus, then there's the race control benefits that our competition teams have. So more eyeballs around the racetrack to better make decisions, close out races, and ensure that there's no confusion with fans or competitors on the finishing results of a race itself. So really excited about that. I think it can also be used in many different ways with our content creation teams to get content back to our social media managers a lot more effectively and efficiently, to be able to then post clips and other content in real time rather than having to wait for a team to come back to the media center to dump footage and then cut and post for us to go up with. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen that in other applications, other racing, like NHRA, for instance. They use it in the social media team as well, where they'll be capturing and then utilizing the PDT to upload that content immediately. So yeah, great application for that as well. So Jeff, do you think it's pivoting away from the driver instructor or enhancing both, going a little bit more into, put you on the spot here, broadcast? What does the future look like for you?
Yeah, I think it's all of those things. I think that's the beauty of it. I think that the slogan of Sony's presence here at NAB is really poignant, the power behind your story. I think our ambition is to continue telling that story with more detail, giving better access to the fans so that they can better understand what's going on and feel like they're a part of it. Where that goes, I echo Robbie's sentiment about trying to spread more and more so we have more coverage and we can tell more of that story. But I also think it's leveraging the potential that is already there within the PDT FP1. Here we have this very powerful piece of equipment, and now what we're seeing is slowly and steadily, as the rest of the infrastructure that's around us is improving, we're able to leverage more of the performance of that device. So we're able to improve the quality of the videos that we're streaming. We're able to reduce the latency of the videos that we're streaming. We're able to do what we're already doing, but better and better.
Well, that's fantastic. So that's the end of our presentation today. Thank you very much, both of you. I really appreciate you coming out to NAB and joining us here on stage. We will be at the PDT area, which is to stage right, I guess your left, a little bit further back near the front of the hall. If you'd like to come and chat to any one of us, please come and do so. And then we're going to do a quick video roll as we close out. But thank you very much for joining us, Robbie and Jeff.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Great.
8 hours up, let's go racing from Indy.
Hi, I'm Greg Gill, President and CEO of SRO Motorsports America. SRO partnered with GPX and Sony to power onboard cameras inside the cockpits of our GT World Challenge America race cars. SRO is the premier destination for GT and touring car racing in North America. We oversee 6 professional series, with our headlining GT World Challenge America, powered by AWS, all built on the foundation of SRO's accessible, world-class global competition program. When we started working with GPX and with Sony, we had a simple but ambitious goal: make live motorsport coverage as dynamic and immersive as racing itself for both our on-site fans as well as our fans at home watching via their connected devices. Working with GPX and Sony technology has been transformative. From an operational standpoint, we've streamlined our production capabilities and have been able to leverage cutting-edge AWS cloud technology.
My name is Jeff Segal, and I'm the founder of GPX Stream. GPX Stream is a motorsports-based live streaming video service. Our goal is to offer onboard live streaming video services for our clients that can be used for primarily coaching applications, but also in the SRO Motorsports Group application, race control and broadcast integrations. Initially, I was a professional race car driver, and as part of that, I would dovetail my professional race car driver career with driver coaching. GPX Stream was formed initially with coaching as a mandate to be able to provide remote coaching feedback watching a live streaming video from within the cockpit of a race car. The technology has evolved, but we also have new applications in race control and in broadcast that we had never anticipated before. The Sony PDT FP1 has really transformed the way that we conduct our business. Previously, we had a host of different hardware elements that comprised our live camera system. With the PDT FP1, everything is simplified. It's a much smaller physical footprint inside the car, but it's not sacrificing any performance. We have an inbuilt Q20 mount, we have an onboard cooling fan, and we have one of the most sophisticated 5G networking devices that exist at the moment. So that has allowed us to produce higher quality videos with lower latency and higher reliability. The opportunity to work with SRO Motorsport Group has been an ultimate proving ground for us. We've found all sorts of challenges, from heat and vibration to electronic interference, and just the nature of streaming from a car that's going around a racetrack at 170 miles an hour or more. From our perspective, this has not been an easy challenge to work with, but what we found is if you can stream from here, you can stream from anywhere. One of the unique opportunities that we found working with SRO Motorsports Group has been really to enhance the fan experience. The VBrick initiative, which is allowing us to stream from more onboard feeds than ever anywhere before in any other racing series, is one of the things that's most exciting. The burden is on us to make sure that all of the cars in the field are outfitted with our equipment and streaming properly at all times, but the result of that is the ability to ride with virtually any car at any point in the race, which is incredibly insightful.
I'm John Maskey. I'm the race director for GT World Challenge America here with SRO, and we are responsible for the safe and efficient and fair operation of the racing that goes on the track. With the introduction of live streaming technology into race control, we've been able to make more educated, more timely decisions. That's not just when it comes to the car-to-car conduct, but also what we see on the racetrack relative to a single car running around, conditions on the racetrack, is there debris out there? All that information coming back in real time helps us immensely. From a competitor standpoint, they've been reliant on us to make quick, timely decisions. With our ability to bring closure to an incident that we're reviewing in the moment, We've been able to have a better understanding of what the race looks like when the checkered flag falls and the order that all the cars are going to finish in for the final results, which will come out more quickly now. In closing, having this technology available to us in race control has really enabled us to act more quickly, more efficiently, and bring closure to the race and provide a better product for both the competitors and for the fans watching live.
And that is yet another victory for Team WRT. That is a close on the Indianapolis 8 Hour.